Eclipse Shuttle is Dogsh. Not just normal Dogsh, but legendary Dogsh. Porque es una arma legendaria, XD. It has an interesting concept. It's the only deathlight weapon in the game. Deathlight means instant death, by the way.
Oh look, you've been impaled.
But it was so poorly implemented into the game that the weapon is practically useless in both PvE and PvP. Not only that, but it was the source of several game-breaking glitches over the course of the game's lifespan. And it's also a balancing nightmare. I honestly don't know what the fuck Miyazaki was thinking. Probably about feet or something.
Patas.
It's a curved sword with the regular curved sword moveset and centered around holy damage. Since it's a shuttle, it also deals additional damage through shields, which is nice, I guess. However, Eclipse Shuttle is the only melee weapon capable of inflicting Deathlight, which is a status effect that causes instant death whenever it procs. No other weapon can achieve this. Its Ash of War, called Death Flare, will imbue the weapon with additional holy damage and Deathlight build-up. It sounds extremely overpowered on paper. I mean, instant death. Duh, it sounds insane. And anyone who hears this would think that it's busted as fuck, but there's a few catches to it. In the case of PvE, let me show you an extensive list of all the PvE enemies that are vulnerable to Deathlight. Here it is. No, you're not blind. This is it. There are no PvE enemies whatsoever that are vulnerable to Deathlight. Only Tarmish enemies are vulnerable to Deathlight. That means only NPCs and other players can be inflicted with it. No other enemy type, no matter what it is, and no matter how humanoid it looks, which constitutes about 99% of the fucking game, is vulnerable to Deathlight. If the sole gimmick of the Eclipse Shuttle is to inflict Deathlight, then in PvE, what the fuck sets it apart from a sacred regular shuttle? Well, I'll tell you what, the regular shuttle is more versatile because it can be infused with Ashes of War, and it doesn't have disgusting stat requirements. I mean, look at this shit. All of this for this piece of doo-doo. So in PvE, the only saving grace of this doo-doo ganchito sacamoquito would be the damage. And if it's damage we're talking about, Grossmesser is vastly superior to the Eclipse Shuttle, and only requires 14 strength and 12 dexterity to wield. It's also long. It's the third longest curved sword in the game. Eclipse Shuttle, on the other hand, is the second shortest curved sword in the game. It's a very tiny curved PP. Not to mention that enemies in the late game are very resistant to holy damage as well. So the Grossmesser, or the Shuttle, are much better because you can at least change the affinities, like make it fire or something. With the Eclipse Shuttle, you are stuck with holy damage, because it cannot be infused with Ashes of War. Speaking of the Ash of War, outside of buffing the weapon, the skill itself is not that great. Like, it's a very slow explosion with a very small range. Yeah, it's not great. Speaking of enemies, when I was checking up at the wiki if I was forgetting any enemies that may be vulnerable to Deathlight, I read that the Sanguine Noble is actually vulnerable to Deathlight, and I was like, Gah? So I went to check it out, and neither the normal version of the Sanguine Noble nor the boss versions can be inflicted with Deathlight, like I was in there for a long time and nothing happened. I was a bit confused because if you click the name in the wiki, it takes you effectively to the Sanguine Noble's page. And they do not mean the NPC because that one is already listed up here in the NPC section, so I don't know what the fuck this is about. So if anyone knows what's going on in the comments, let me know. I'm really curious about this. Or it could just be a extra life mistake. It would not be the first one.
But Rani, you are a silly goober. If Deathblight can only be inflicted in player characters, that means the Eclipse Shuttle is not meant for PvE. It's meant for PvP.
I mean, that would be a very nice argument, Betty. If it weren't for the fact that the weapon also sucks major balls in PvP. For reference, this is how much Deathblight build-up the Eclipse Shuttle deals per strike. It's not much. If your Eclipse Shuttle is maxed out, you are guaranteed to kill your opponent before the Deathlight is even remotely close to proccing. And it's not even because the Eclipse Shuttle just deals too much damage. It's because the Deathlight build-up is so small, it still takes like a million hits to proc, so it's normal that the enemy will die before the thing actually procs. You could say you can do both damage and apply Deathlight at the same time for extra pressure, but aside from the Shamshir, which basically deserves a whole fucking video because it's absolutely amazing in PvP, it has an insanely good moveset, very good damage, can be infused with Ashes of War like Spinning Slash, which are absolutely amazing for roll catches and shit, and is overall a great weapon. Curved swords are not exactly great for PvP. The moveset is pretty lackluster, and they are outclassed by many weapon types, especially the ones with hyper armor. Add up that the Eclipse shotgun is very short and the damage is average at best, and you're left with an extremely mediocre weapon incapable of applying its one only gimmick. Even when considering phantom hits, which can apply status effects through rolls, you still take like 1,000,000 years to proc it. And this is without even considering if the enemy has rejuvenating boluses. Like, it's the most depressing thing in the world. Like, you take 1,000,000 years to fill that deathlight bar, and they just eat some candy and it's gone. Your only gimmick is absolutely countered by a tiny black bola. Plus, the hitbox for Deathlight is pretty good as well. If you try to hit someone with this, which you shouldn't, the enemy better fucking be right in the sweet spot. Otherwise... yeah. Some gamers, like myself, really want to plant those trees with this weapon because, you know, we want to use the weapon's gimmick. So in order to be remotely able to achieve that, we use an unupgraded Eclipse shuttle in order to apply Deathlight without outright killing the poor Kevin in the process. These are the lengths you need to go in order to make the weapon be able to do what it's supposed to do. And even then, you will still sometimes kill your enemy before Deathlight is procced. No, loco, es una poronga, no se puede. It's a complete and utter joke. There really is no incentive whatsoever to use this weapon in any aspects of the game. The only time this weapon saw the tiniest bit of relevancy was before patch 1.07, when Power Stance status effect buildup was yet to be nerfed. And that's without taking into account the amount of glitches this weapon used to have due to its abysmally poor programming. The worst offender by far was the IGN Deathlight glitch. If you were to use Fire's Deadly Sin and then activate Death's Flare, every tick of Fire's Deadly Sin would apply Deathlight, building it super fast even through rolls. To top it off, it was so easy to do that any IQ-deficient mutant could pull it off.
I'm really asking. Look at me.
Needless to say, it was incredibly broken and it needed to go, so it was quickly patched out of the game. Same story happened when the DLC dropped, with Nanaya's torch. Using the torch as a shore when the Eclipse shuttle with Deathlight activated was in your right hand would cause the torch to also apply Deathlight. Also stupidly easy to perform, by the way. The only ones that required the smallest bit of execution were the glitches involving Tumble Buff. You needed to do some fast menuing in order to pull those off. They were still broken as fuck if you pulled them off though, like the leather one, or the big bone arrow one. Yeah, pure spaghetti code. But yeah, the weapon is sus. I think the icing on the cake is that it's classified as a legendary. Yeah, legendary flop. But I mean, I kinda understand that this weapon concept realistically didn't have much of a future. It's not exactly easy to balance. If the Deathlight buildup is too small, then the weapon ends up being what it is now. But if it's too high, then it becomes absolutely broken in PvP. If it also dealt big damage to compensate for PvE enemies being immune to Deathlight, it would be even more broken in PvP. Bottom line is, instant death is dog shit and should only be available to non-playable entities. And since you Powies really like to see me suffer, all that's left is to show you my impatience with this curved piece of caca. I am using basically a strength build while meeting the minimum requirements for the Eclipse shuttle. I also carry an unupgraded one to be able to, you know, use the gimmick. Yeah, roll the memes. Bomba.
Bang.
Bola. Oh, okay. Let's see. Wait, is it... oh. Wait, what? Oh my god, it misses. It misses. Point blank. Wow. Oli. Hey. So.
Hello?
Oh, let's go. Sir? Come on. Boy. Sir, we were having a duel in here. Ah, acting cocky, are we? Wow, not so cocky now, eh?
Help!
No. I'm not gonna let you go to the boss. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Well, Another invasion of the Eclipse Hotel being dogshit. Bola, I know I don't sound enthusiastic, and that's because I don't like using the Eclipse Hotel. Hi. Come on, let's fight. Yeah, very funny emote. Come on, let's go. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, okay. The question is, will he die before... Yeah, he will most likely die. And he died before I could proc the deadlight. Bueno. Hey.
Come here, I'm gonna kick your ass! Yeah!
Hopefully with this one we're gonna plant a tree.
Fight back! Fight back!
Those are some nice throws, man. Bueno, at least we fucking got it. Bungle Balzac, okay. Hi. Where's your friend, though? What? Ah! Bye. This is so ass. He don't care. He's like, yeah. Beautiful. We got the tree. On the very least. Gustarco. Oi, may I recommend you get down from that horse big guy, please? Thank you. Very kind of you.
Hi.
Ah, friendo. That's a big hammer you got there. Oh my god, he's me there. Chato! Oh, look at that. Nice. It's just you and me now, big guy. Horrible idea. Uh-oh, I think we are close. Oh my god, I fucked that up. He died to the low damage one before I proc the deadlight. Holy... Oh my god, he survived. Well, not anymore. What about you? Come on, let's go. It's so sad that if I wanna use the weapon's main gimmick, I need to use something that doesn't deal damage. Insane name. Ah, they're fighting the guy. Bomba. Let's see. Oh. Diddy, the sniper. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. Wow. Insane player. What about the big guy here? Epstein here, I just noticed the name. What is with that humor? Yep, got what he deserved. Jab 1. Does that imply the existence of Jab 0 or Jab 2? Like, no! XD. Femboy. Alright. Bomba. Yay. Do we get this one? Bomba? Ah. We thought another tish. Ouchies.
Go crazy! Oh, go stupid! Oh!
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, let's mash. We can mash all day, big guy. All day. Glebubin, I believe I invaded this guy before. Oh, hi.
One eternity later.
Nobody heals the deadlight till then. And there we go. Delicious deadlight proc. Oh. And okay. He didn't wanna play, it seems. Lamau. Ven pa' acá que te doy. Wow, ¿qué me das? El culo me vas a dar. Puto.
Puto.
Are they in a cutscene chat? Both of them? Yeah, let's go. Yay. Bola.
What are you doing? Whoa.
Scumbag number 2. Okay, do we fight? Are we? Yay, it's Christmas! Brother Blood, wow, a normal name. Hi. Ah, he died before the proc. Sad. Okay, it's you and me. We'll use this one for the proc. Yay! This weapon is so dog shit, man. Sniff Klinger. I don't even want to know what that means. Oh! Hi. Let's get rid of the guy here. What the? What? He's cheating. He has to be cheating. No? Okay, that was just extremely weird. He's not cheating. I'm sorry I accused you of such a thing, but please now, die. Thank you. Excuse me now. Have you seen a tree? I love that he has no HP and he prioritizes the mana. Mage mentality. Insane. Come the Crusader. Another normal name. I'm happy. Get down. Get down. Get down. Hey. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of one because trying to deathlight both of them at the same time is gonna be ass. Ow. Oh, qué dolor. Nice fat roll. He's still alive. I have ways of dealing with that. Meow. Bueno, I was out of stamina, out of mana, out of Dora mana. Story of Tankers. Yes, keep mashing. That's eventually gonna work. Oh, the deadlight proc on the backstab. That was beautiful. El Viestrulli. Oh, Argentinian, eh? Bomba. Oli. Okay. Insane. Oh. Bomba, puto. You can heal up. Okay. Mana is more important, I say. You're not gonna heal up? Yay. Let's celebrate with a Black Flame Tornado. Bomba.